Okay, very good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah. So, today is subject introduction to business, topic 1. This subject is normally offered for semester 1, for semester 1 student. But it doesn't also sometimes we offer during other semester. So, for this topic, the learning objective for today's lecture will be basic thing lah. What is business? The goals and function of business, factors of production, economic system within which business operates, measuring success of business. So we have about 5 learning objectives. So if you can listen very carefully, those points I highlighted, that will help you to understand the learning objective. That will be good enough for you to understand this lecture. The rest you can read your notes, you can read the books that we give you, or you can Google to the internet to get more detail on the learning objective. For example, if we lecture today what is business, you also can Google into the Google and type there what is business. They also will give you uh, many explanation on the business. So that will enhance your knowledge on what business is all about, and it's a very huge explanation or interpretation what this business is about. But of course, for the business, for the examination, you just focus on what we teach, because we will ask you the question whatever we teach. But to enrich your knowledge, you can go to internet, you can read the e-book that we provide for you and the notes that we provide for you, so that you have a better understanding of the business subject. So understanding a business. A business begins with a business concept, idea and name. So it's again planning lah. Whatever you want to do, you need to plan. So here we call it business concept. Planning the business or business concept. You must have an idea. What do you want to do to make profit, to make money? You want to open a nasi lemak stall, you want to open a burger stall, you want to open a restaurant, you want to open a IT shop, selling telephone, selling computer. Then you have an idea and your interest. Important thing, as based on my experience, 40 over years in business, first you must have the interest in the business. You just cannot simply plug an idea, you want to set a business and you do it, if you are not interested in the business. What I'm trying to say, if you're interested in computer related product, you should look into opening a computer shop. But you are interested in culinary, you're interested in cooking, then you should look into opening a restaurant. So it's best to ask your heart, your inner heart, what is your interested? What is your passion? Kesukaan kamu, yeah? Then only you choose the business and then have the business concept or plan the business. So you just cannot pick anything you see next door selling pharmacy. You also want to do pharmacy, but you don't know anything about pharmacy or any drugs. So you want to open a pharmacy, at least you have a degree in pharmacy, for example. If you want to open a restaurant, probably you have already have a diploma in culinary art. You want to open a small hotel or lodge or whatever, probably you should have a diploma in hotel management. So, question now, if you don't have any diploma or certificate, can you open business? Can also. But chances for you to success is very limited lah, because you don't have the proper knowledge of how to do the business. Otherwise, you have no degree, no certificate, but you're already working in a restaurant for 10 years. Then you have the practical experience. Then from there, maybe you can think how to open the restaurant, because you already working in the restaurant for 10 years. You don't need a certificate to open your business. So this is what is business you must understanding is all about. Yeah? Then depending on the nature of business, extensive market research may be necessary to determine whether turning the idea into business is feasible, or if business can deliver value to a customer. So like you want to open a restaurant in one particular area, you need to make a research on the market. What are the people income in the area? How much money they earn monthly per house? How much is the uh, housing area, number of houses they have in the area? And how many restaurants is already open in the area? This is what we call it market research. You must do all this research. Doesn't mean that you want to go to one area, they already have 3 restaurants, you want to open another one there. So you're going to compete with another 3. So can you do it or not? So this is what we call it market research. And then also to see the income of people. For example, in one area in Seremban, they call it Seremban 2. Because the income people there is about household income, husband and wife, maybe about 10,000 ringgit a month. So you can see different kind of restaurant upon there. We have a Japanese restaurant, we have Korean restaurant, we have Thai restaurant. These are high market restaurant. Their price is more expensive. But they can open there because the household income is about 10,000 average per house. So if you go to a housing area which lower income people, maybe their income about 3,000 a month, B40 group people, 4,000 a month. You open a Japanese restaurant down there, nobody will go and eat because they cannot afford to pay for the price or for the food they're going to sell, because Japanese, Korean are expensive kind of foods. It's more for the top income people. This is what we're talking about, the market research. You have to do it very extensively, the income of people down there, and what kind of people staying down there. If there's a lot of foreigners, then what kind of foreigners? If there are a lot of Korean, maybe Korean restaurant is suitable down there. But you're not going to catch only for Korean people, but you also must catch the business for the local people. So your food cannot be totally 100% Korean taste. You may blend it for the local taste also. So all these are market research. It's not one day thing that you can do. You can go to the internet and find out how to do market research. That's another topic, market research. Here we just will teach you a basic thing on the market research. So all this, then you know what you can deliver to the customer in that particular area you want to open a business. Then the business can begin with the business. Okay, then the business name can be one of the most valuable asset of firm. Careful consideration should thus be given to choosing it. Yeah? So the name of business is also very important. I'm just not talking about restaurant. You're talking about maybe bookstore. So what kind of bookstore you want to open up there? So the names of the bookstore or bookshop that you want to open must also be attractive. Must also shows that it can accommodate not only for children but also for the middle-aged people, and also for the old people. So these are the things that you have to look into to come up with a name, general name, so that it can accommodate for all people. But if you choose only, you want to sell only for children books, then you can also choose a name just meant for children's books lah. So sometimes the name of business also will attract people to come to your place. I have one funny thing happened about a couple years ago. I went to Singapore. There's one nice seafood restaurant. So The guest in Singapore said to me, today we are going to have dinner. It's a very nice seafood restaurant. I said, what is the restaurant name? They said, no name. I said, what, no name? No, the restaurant name is no name. I just imagine, he put a catchy word. It's no name restaurant. Oh, everybody start remembering. Oh, the seafood no name restaurant. So the name also make it very easy people to remember you, and they would like to go to your place. Not only because of the food, because of the funny name of your restaurant, no name. So this I just will give example. Name restaurant also sometimes attract people to go to your place also. This is real story. It's not from I pick up something. It's my real experience in Singapore. Okay, business operating under fictitious name must be registered with the state. Some name like say East West College Negeri Sembilan. You can't use Negeri Sembilan name. You must get the proper approval from the state government if you want to use. Some also in Malaysia, you want to put name like Royal Restaurant. You can't simply put Royal because that is meant for the king and sultan name. So you want to put Royal in your restaurant name, uh, you need to get the approval from the king of the state. Something like that lah. So you can't do simply name you want to put. You have to check also because the name to be registered, you need to register to the, like say in Seramban, you have to register with the municipality. So the municipality will reject the name if you have some kind of name, fictitious or you have a state name down there. So this you must understand. You cannot simply use any state name or royal name for your business without proper approval. For example, our name East West International College. We need to get the name from the minister to approve the name East West International College. The college name, International College, before we registered to the SSM, the Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia, they need a letter from the minister to approve the name college to our name East West. Even the international also, we need to get approval from the Ministry of Education. It's not easy, you know. Not easy. Simple like this. East West International College in MURAD. We need two approval. One from the minister to have the name college in our company, and then the international also we need to get approval from the Ministry of Higher Education, because they want to make sure if you have international name, you must have international student. If you don't have international student, they don't allow you to use that international name. This looks simple, but it's not the easy way. It's not. So many things that we have to go to. So you need to understand the business name you want to register. Also, you need to go to the various procedures and approval. Businesses most of often form after the development of business plan, which is formal document detailing business goal and objective and strategies of how we'll achieve the goal. So we need to have the proper plan, your vision, your mission, and what kind of business or what kind of food you want to sell. All this must have your detailed plan. You just can't wake up tomorrow morning, you want to set a restaurant, you want to start a Japanese restaurant. You can't do it before doing all the business plan. Business plan, sometimes we detail business plan, sometimes also people fail in the business. So what about you don't have plan at all to do the business? It's more chances that you fail than you success. So business plan are almost essential when borrowing capital to begin operation. Another problem is that you want to do business, you need capital. If you have all the money, it's good enough. But most people don't have enough money to set a business. Well, if I have all the money, why should I do business? I just live at home and eat with my money, right? Why you do business? Because you don't have money. You need to make money. So when you want to do business, you want to make money, but you need capital to do business, to begin operation. So that's where the banks is there are to provide the loans or the money for you to do the business. What is business for a bank? Bank has no business except one business, borrowing money. They just borrow money only. They don't do other business. They also business, but their business is borrowing money. So that is bank business. So you need to borrow the capital from the bank. Then they need all the detailed business plan before they even want to consider your application. You submit application without business plan, they just throw into the paper basket. They don't even bother because they don't know what you're going to do, how they want to give you the money, and they don't know how you're going to pay them back because the loan is not for free. Sure, with profit or interest or whatever thing they operate. It's also important to determine the legal structure of the business. In business, I think as we go through, we have through later on other chapters. There are many types of business: sole proprietor, partnership, sendirian berhad, public company, non-public company. So you need to know the legal structure, which structure you want to follow. This we think we will go through detail in coming chapter lah. Depending on the type of business, it may need to secure permits to adhere to registration requirement and obtain licenses to legally operate. For example, we running a college. How many licenses we have to apply? First, we have to apply a license from the Ministry of Higher Education. One license. You have to go through the procedure, not easy. All the terms and references you have to follow. Syarat-syarat here and there. Then to operate in a particular place, like here we operate in Seramban, in shop, we need to get the approval from the municipality department licenses. To get the Ministry of Municipality Seramban approval, you need to go to 3 other departments. You need to get approval from the bomber, the fire fighting department. You need to get approval from the health department. Then you have also other approval if it needs, depend on where your locality. So with all these approval, then only the municipal will issue a license to operate a business. Yes, they also need to get show that you got the approval from the Ministry of Higher Education to operate the college. Before that, they won't be allowed you to do business, or they don't issue a license. So simple, like college, like us, we need 3 or 4 department approval before we can operate. You want to open a sundry shop, you have more problem. You have the municipal license to operate the sundry shop. Again, you need a bomba approval, you need a health approval, and then all other product control item, for example, rice, sugar, and those control items by the government, you need each of them licenses before you can sell them. Just imagine, if there are now 10 control items in the country, rice, sugar, or whatever, you need each of them license to approve before you can sell. This is important, we said just now. You must get the proper permit to adhere all the requirements before you can legally operate. If not, you'll be in trouble. You sell a rice without permit from the government, they will confiscate your rice and they will compound you. They maybe put you into jail because you selling illegal without the permits. So this is also important in your business planning. So the most common structure, okay, now we come back to the structure, legal structure. As I said just now, we'll come through that. So the most common structure is sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, limited liability companies. A sole proprietorship, as its name suggests, a business owned by, operated by a single natural person. If you want to just open a small nasi lemak stall somewhere, you operate your own. So you register the company under, we call it sole proprietorship. Satu orang saja. So if a sole proprietorship, what is the problem? As a sole proprietorship, there is no legal separation between the business and the owner. The tax and legal liabilities of the business are thus that of the owner. What it means here, you own the business, you also the liability to the business. What it means that you are sole proprietor, register it under nasi lemak, sole proprietor. So all the tax, everything is under you, not under the company. Remember, it will goes to you. You have the company, a sole proprietor company, nasi lemak, sole proprietor. But the company just name, but everything is that the risk, everything will go you as a sole proprietor company. This you understand first before you go to the other structure of the company. That's what we say, there's no legal separation. You are the business, you also the owner, so all in one, not separate. Need to understand lah, slowly you understand what we are lecturing. Even the tax is also borne by you, not by the company. Tax, whatever you have to pay the government is under your personal, not under the company sole proprietor that you register. Then the second legal structure. Remember, first is sole proprietor. Then the second structure company, we call it partnership. That means more than one people to run a business. You and your another friend, or you plus two your friend, or you plus another friend. More than one together, we call it partnership company. Compare just now, sole proprietorship company. So you must understand, one is sole proprietor, second type of company, partnership company, which that means one plus another plus another plus another. More than one lah. So the tax and legal liabilities of the business are thus that of the owner. Okay, sole proprietor and partnership is almost the same. It's only just now sole proprietor, everything goes to you alone. But partnership now, if three of you, that means three of you will be responsible. If tax means three of you have to take care of the tax. If any liability, three of you will take liability. Individual, not the company that you register. So that is the partnership. Again, is a no separation of legal structure. Is similar like the sole proprietor. It's only sole proprietor, one person. This partnership more than one person. Business company, we call it partnership company. A partnership is a business relationship between two or more people who join to conduct business. Okay, I already explained to you. Each partner contribute resources and money to the business and share the profit and loss of the business. Okay, partnership, each partner have to contribute your capital, the money, and whatever profit and loss you share among yourself. The shared profit and losses are recorded in each partner tax return. So what you mean here, the income tax. Tax here mean the income tax lah. You pay to the government. Your income, your profit. Let's say if the profit that year is 100,000. So two of you. So one of you take 50,000, the other one take 50,000. You individually have to report to the income tax that your income is 50,000 profit from here. Your other partner also will also have to record in his personal income tax 50,000, and from there whatever tax, the government tax, you have to pay individually, not the company partnership you register. Yeah, because partnership again is individual responsible, not the company responsible. And then the next one, a corporation is a business in which a group of people acts together as a single entity. Most commonly, owners of a corporation are shareholders who exchange consideration for corporation or common stock. A corporation, normally we call it a sendirian berhad company. So corporation means you have to incorporate a company. Which normally, most popular now, the first level of corporation company is sendirian berhad company. Which everybody will put in the business in the company. Let's say A corporation sendirian berhad. Paid up capital 100,000. You got 5 of you, so everybody will put up 20,000 equally, let's say. It can be more, can be less, but let's say we say equally. So 20,000 each of you, 4 of you, so you got 100,000. So that company just now, A Sdn Bhd, will issue a stock, will issue share to each of you, 20,000 shares, to show that you contribute 20,000 ringgit in the company. So that's how a corporation structure is come about. So we call it common stock lah. The shares that give you to hold is a common stock to show that you got 20% share in the company. Incorporating a business releases owner of financial liability or business obligation. However, corporation has unfavorable taxation rules for the owners of the business. So, the difference now from sole proprietor and partnership, just now the sole proprietor partnership, you individually have to pay the tax. Here, the benefit is that you don't pay the tax. The company that incorporate A Berhad will pay the tax. This is what they're trying to say. The obligation now goes to the company, not the 5 people, individual who are having shares in the company. Yeah? If you don't understand this one, later on in class you can ask. Yeah? Okay, we repeat again. We have these are the basic company that you know, want to know for our lecture. Later on, other topic we go deeper, maybe on other types of company lah. First is the sole proprietor. These are unincorporated business owned and operated by a single person. What it mean? That means it's not a corporation. You, like just now we said, must set a company Berhad. So this one is unincorporated. You just register with the Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia, 50 ringgit also to get the certificate for you to run a business. So that what we call it sole proprietorship. For partnership, if you more than 2 of you, so you also register same like the proprietorship, but they call it partnership because it's more than one. So same concept. Yeah? Then the third one is the corporation. So this is what we say, the business are owned by shareholders and can become massive enterprise. It can go bigger and bigger. So basically for sole proprietor and partnership are for small businesses or for you want to start businesses. But after you go big, you can change your company to a corporation. But also you can start straight to the corporation. If you, let's say you got 5, 10 of you, you come with 500,000 and then you can come straight to go to a corporation. You can't set a small private company because you have big capital, so you can start straight to the corporation. But you also can upgrade from partnership to a corporation or from sole proprietor to a corporation. Yeah? Then now, since a couple of years ago, the government have another one type of company, they call it limited liability company. Yeah? So the rules that govern LLC vary from state to state. Depending on where you live, LLC may offer favorable tax treatment or other perks. So actually this depend on country for country lah, not state for state. For in Malaysia, I mean, it's under one law lah. But from maybe it's a limited liability company in Singapore, it have a different tax regime or tax structure. That's what we're trying to say. It's not from state to state, from country to country. Yeah? So it's again similar to the sole proprietor. So it's in between the partnership and the corporation. Now they have another one, they call it limited liability company, where this limited liability company, they have less hassle of reporting to the government and all the necessary requirement they need as a corporation. So we will learn that later on lah, more detail, the benefits on corporation and limited liability company. But just for you to understand, last time they only sole proprietor, partnership, then you go to corporation. Now they come another one. Between the partnership and corporation, corporation is a Sdn Bhd, so they come another type of company, limited liability company, which is in Malaysia starting about 2-3 years ago, which fall between the partnership and the corporation company. Yeah? Just to understand that first lah. Yeah? So that is just now the main company that you have to know for the time being. Later on, maybe there are other company that you have to learn on other chapter. So here we go back. What is goal? Goal setting, your objective lah. Like you play football lah. You play football, what your objective? To score a goal. Same thing here. So this goal is really come from the football goal. Goal setting is one of the most important activities you can do in your small business, regardless of how old your business is, where you're located, how profitable it is, or what you sell. Goals help you to stay focused and can prevent your business from becoming stagnant. Your business goal is what is the business goal? The strategy, the motivation, vision, determination, and planning. So to have your goals, you must have these 5 components. What is the, again just now, the planning? What is the planning of the business goal? You want to have a goal to become planning to run a computer shop. Okay, that's your planning. Then what you motivate you to run a computer shop? Because you're IT graduate, so you know a lot of IT knowledge, so motivates you to sell the IT product. And then what is your strategy? Strategy, maybe you have to open a shop in a shopping complex. That is a good strategy. They got a lot of people with young people who are hanging around in the shopping complex. That will help your business down there. You cannot be opening a computer shop near a market or somewhere end of corner that nobody pass through there. Yeah. Then what is your vision in your business? Your goal. You want to become specialized, maybe apa tu, as a reseller or what they call it, this Apple product or kind of thing. So your vision is that you want to have a single product, so that everybody knows that you want to buy Apple product to come to your shop. So then you must have the determination to sell the product and to make a success. Because why you need the determination? Because there are so many other products. We have Huawei, we have Asus, all be your competitor. So your determination must be very strong to compete with the other product. So these 5 component is very important for you to have to achieve your goals. You don't have these 5 in your planning, you can never achieve your goal. Or still you can never success. These are basic component. There are many other things you can add on later on, but this is the basic 5 component that you need to plan for your goals. Goal and function of business. Okay, as we always said, there are 5 components. Planning, so how you plan, and then how you organize your business, right? How you organize your business. Then how you to put your people into the business. We call it staffing, staff. And then how you coordinate them. Teamwork, whether your staff can work together or not. I sometimes have problem in my business because my staff does not work as a teamwork. They work in silo. You know silo? S-I-L-O, individually. Even the next person next desk also doesn't know what he's doing. Then you cannot success. Because you must have a staff that can work as a team. From there, then you can do the coordinating among them. Because no one can do each job, the whole thing by itself. Like a car, like a motorcycle, they need all the components to be work and functioning before you can run a car. One component default, the car cannot run. So same thing like in your staffing and organization. If they cannot work together like those components in the car, then your business is not going to run. There will be failure here, there will be shortcut here, be problem here, everywhere. And then lastly, you as the owner just now, to achieve your goal, how you want to control all this from the planning side, from your organizing the business side, staffing side, and coordinating. What thing now is the coordinating. You know, the owner, how to coordinate and how you control them. So business is not easy. If everything can do by itself, everybody do business. Why people go and work with the government? Why people work with the people? You don't have these 5 things on planning, organization, staffing, coordinating, and controlling. You cannot do this. You can't success in your business. So some people ask me, how to guarantee you can business? You can success in the business. I said I already 45 years in business. I have no word to say that if you do this business, I guarantee you can make money. There's no way that we can do. And there's no school in this world, in no university in this world, that they can produce a person say, you follow this system or this theory of business, we guarantee you success. No, even Harvard don't guarantee people success in the business. They teach business, but they don't guarantee if you pass from Harvard, you're going to be the successful people. You know why? If all the Harvard people graduate from Harvard can be success, then why should the professor be teaching down there? They should be doing business, correct or not? Sometimes funny. You see the professor teaching business theory, everything, as though he knows everything. He himself doesn't do business. These are the dilemma in this world today. Just to share with you lah. I know I do in my business and I also lecture, so I'm a different person. Okay, the next slide is what is production? Production, just now we talked about business lah. Yeah? Production is the method of turning raw material or inputs into finished goods or product in manufacturing. Now we separate topic. We're talking about production. Just now we're talking business, how you to do business. Now we're talking about production, also another business, but different kind of business. Yeah? In other words, it means the creation of something from basic to input. As you can see there, you have land. This is good. This one is good one because it's timber. It's affect me. I have a sawmill. Sawmill mean you cut the timber and sell into plank. So what I did in my sawmill, first I have to get a land, logging land, as you see there. Land includes the gift of nature, whatever, or we get it from the government, the forest land, pay the premium to the government, and then we do the logging. So we have to invest into capital. We have to buy the bulldozer, all the tools, equipment to do the logging. To cut the timber lah, we call it logging lah. Then I'll bring it to the labor includes people with all the efforts and abilities lah. That means we do the logging using the machinery and the people lah. And then we process it into a finished product. So that's where you as an entrepreneur will do to have the business product, or we call it a business. The business is here is we talking about production of timber product from the timberland that we get from the government to pay the premium, extraction it using the capital, and then we reduce it into the product, whatever the timber product, furniture, all kind of thing. So this process we call it production. It's also a business itself. Business in producing manufactured goods from the timberland. Just now we're talking about you opening restaurant, you're opening computer shop, you buy a finished product. But here we are going behind. That means from the manufacturing side, and then until you produce a complete product, and then you can sell it, or you sell it to entrepreneur to sell your product. So this is before you sell the finished product. So this is the production or manufacturing process. So the economic system within which business operate, so every business also operate within the economy. Based on their economic expectation, business decide what product to produce, how the price, how many people to employ, how much to pay these employees, or how much expand the business, and so on. Here we are talking back just now like the production of the timber. You have to cut the timber from the timberland. You have to invest in the capital. So then you have to employ how many people to do the process, and then once you want to finish the product, what price you going to sell the product, the timber plank or the furniture or whatever lah. So these are the costs that you have to calculate, and at the end of the day, how much profit that you want to make, and then how much the price you have to sell. That's the whole production process. So that's what they call it. The economic has two main sub areas: microeconomic, a study of economy as whole, and also is the microeconomic, the individual business. We'll learn that in detail in future chapter, but there are two sub areas: macroeconomic and microeconomic. Measuring success of business. The success of your business shows that the decision you make are paying off. Okay, what is trying to say here? If your business is now the planning, or you're selling your computer, or you open restaurant, or whatever activities I said just now, you want to do it and make profit, and if you see there's a profit, then they say that you have get the paying of your effort to get the business. So the measurement is the profit that you make. The more profit you make, that means more success you are. That simple as that. What about if you lose? That means you do success, you fail. That's the part of it. As I said just now, when people ask me any business you can guarantee that you do you must success, I said no. It's like flipping a coin. You in business you can make and you can also lose. So what I said to them, there's no theory anyway, but I said to them, in business it's a 50-50 games of chance, like lottery lah. Either you strike or you lose. Business is like buying a lottery ticket. It's my views. I don't get any from others. I don't have any theory on that. It's my own theory. So for me, business is like buying a lottery ticket. Either you should strike or you lost. I mean, you didn't win the ticket, you lose lah. It's like betting. Business is just like another betting business. Like another betting activities. So that is my interpretation of business. But I don't see any books write on that. Because those people write book, they are only theory, they don't do business. That's why they don't understand. If I said business is like betting, like you buy a lottery ticket, you can strike or you can lose. So I don't see anybody write on theory on that, because they are just theories. I went to one institute in Manila 30 years ago. That time Malaysia also not much of university. The head of the professor, they call it Asian Institute Management. My age was 22 years old that time when I went to do business. You can't get like now, plenty of business colleges around your area you can go and study. Those days you can't find even one. So the head of professor, we go the whole 2 months, every day one professor teaches from morning to evening. We really got dried up. So after the 3 months course, the last professor, the head of professor, tell us, we already teach you how to do business. You buy one car 10,000, you sell car 11,000, sure you make 1,000, right? Same thing. This is all theory, is it? You buy rambutan 100 ton, cost 100 ringgit, you sell it 110 ringgit, you make 10 ringgit. That is theory. But in business, it doesn't work that way. Sometimes you buy the car 10,000, but you want to sell at time, nobody want to buy, you sell 8,000, so you lose. So in summary, what he said, if all the theory we tell here is the same that you can do business in the outside, that is the same thing. You buy A, you sell B, you can make money. You buy C, you buy C, you can make money. Why we are teaching here the professor? The professor should all doing business. So that's why I said the business, there's a risk 50-50. If not everybody can do business, if sure can make money. That's why I said it's like striking a lottery, either you make or lose. If a business theory surely can make money, everybody will do business. Why the professor of business go and teach in Harvard down there? What for they go to Harvard? If the business can make so easily outside there. So theory and practice, what I'm trying to say is different thing. So in the real world, my view is that business is a 50-50 chance, game chance. You do the planning, you do everything in accordingly, still you can fail. Like today, we plan properly, but the COVID-19 come, everybody lose money. You think they don't plan, but the plan, they never put COVID-19 in the plan. COVID-19 never appear in anybody's mind. That's why now everybody lose money, because COVID-19 is not in the plan. So that's why I said in business, whatever you plan doesn't make sure that going to be success. Because whatever the environment, what I'm talking about environment, whatever things happening in future, we don't know. Yeah, I don't know. COVID-19, SARS, all that sickness, suddenly nobody want to buy your product or kind of thing. So you cannot sell your product. But during your planning, you can't see that because the thing not happening yet. Yeah. So your business become the way you measure is a professional skill. Here talking about measuring, but as I said just now, my idea in business, whatever measuring, If you make, your success, but chances also you lose. Okay. So when you want to decide to do business, you better learn this subject properly from me. I tell you what can be done, what can be done. Still, I cannot guarantee you to make money. Okay. Uh, I think one of the best lecturer you can get lah in this country. Nobody has been doing business for 45 years and teaching business subject. You go to all the university, they are all lecturers talking business, but none of professor who teach you business has done any business. I remember one day my friend challenged Royal Professor Engkau Aziz, the Vice Chancellor of Islam Malaya. He give 40 years ago, they give talks about business, how to do business here and there. One of my friends said, well, Professor Engkau Aziz, I give you 10,000 ringgit. Those days, very long time. Maybe like 100,000 ringgit. I said, next year you tell me how much profit you do. Just to tell you, until the Professor Engkau Aziz died last year, he never do business. Because they only can talk theory, but they cannot do the real business. This is the real world. That's why I'm teaching you now as my experience. You cannot get this word from another person, what I'm talking, So you want to do business, can? You listen carefully for this subject, then you decide. You'll be maybe much better equipped than those other people just talking about theory. Okay? Learning outcome summary. So we are closing our lecture. So we go back to our learning outcome. That from the business, number one, we're talking about business. We already, for this topic, we already teach you 4 kinds of business lah. Sole proprietor, partnership, limited liability, which is a new kind of business activities, and then the corporation, Sdn Bhd. There are the company we will teach you later lah. But for this one, you need to know these 4 types of company only. Goal and function of business. What is your goal? Everything you want to do business is to make profit. What is the function? To do business, to make profit. So everything goes back to what is business? To make profit. Factors production, we just explained to you. Factors production also is like another business activity also. Simple lah, we just explain for this chapter 1 first. Then the economic system within which business operate. We explained to you, you want to set a business in a particular area, in the particular area, you have to do a detailed market research before you do the business. You really need to understand the economic system, how things operate in that area, who are the competitor. All this you need to do your research for the economic system before you decide to operate that area. If not, you can go to another area. Doesn't mean that you want to open a Japanese restaurant in one area or computer shop in one area, but you see there's already 5 computer shops selling the same thing. You just move to another area. Doesn't mean that you cannot do the business. So that's why the economic system you need to study before you operate a business out there. Then the last one is you're measuring your success of business lah. How much profit you make? How do you measure? Very simple. Rule of thumb says that if you spend 100,000 capital to set up business, just rule of thumb. Rule of thumb means simply lah. Don't go to detail lah. We call it rule of thumb. So rule of thumb, we say that if you have invest 100,000 ringgit in that business, maybe 50,000 in your own money, 50,000 you borrowed from the bank or whatever structure. Say your capital to start business 100,000. In a year, you can make 10% profit. That means 1 year you can make 10,000 ringgit. That is a very good business already. You can make more, then much better. But you make less, that means you have to be careful. But you make lose, then the business you have to think whether you want to continue or to close down. And then rule of thumb again. So normally first year is very lucky if you start to make money, make profit. Sometimes first year even you lose money. Doesn't mean that first year you lose money, you must close the business. No, because people doesn't know your food yet. People don't know your shop food. You need to do a lot of marketing kind of thing. So rule of thumb again, we look into the business for 3 years. Is within 3 years, after the 3 years, you still lose money, then you really need to decide whether to close shop or to move other place. But within 1 or 2 years, you lose money, it's okay because there is the first initial business. You need to get people to know and your product and your services. So that's how you're measuring your success of business. Yeah. For production, even worse still. We have a rule of thumb for production. We said that minimum 5 years you may see losses. Your profit is normally comes after the 5th year. That is for production. Because why? If you see just now the production, if I need to clear the land jungle, I need to buy bulldozer. I need to buy the machine for all kind of thing. So that capital cost costs lot more money. So definitely 1 year you can't recover all the capital that you invest. So that is very difficult. You can make money for the first year. So rule of thumb says when you are the business production, you should be looking at least 5 years. You still don't make money yet. If you don't lose pun, maybe break even. But the profit should come after 5th year. But if after 5th year your business on the production business not making money, then you have to relook your goal setting, everything, whether you should continue to close or you change another structure for you to make money back. Because after 5 years, you must have learned a lot of things during experience that 5 years that you can readjust your business plan, you can readjust all the strategy, you can make the money maybe after that. Yeah. So this is chapter 1, but I did explain quite detailed and a lot of things that I shared my experience, which you can get from books. You can get from Google. Because Google and everything, they also just write from what other people think. They are not really know anything now. Google know nothing. They just use other people information to give to you. There are many things I can share as I go along with you in the future topic based on my experience. And for you interested in business, I think I'm the right person to teach you how this business. I'm not teaching you theory from the book I teach you. I'm teaching you from my basic experience for 40 over years in business. Yeah. So once again, all my dear students, very happy that to teach you this subject because it's close to my heart that I can share, maybe will benefit for those young people like you who's going to do business. Maybe you can avoid certain pitfall here and there that I will share you in the following classes. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.